Most African immigrants move abroad in search of better opportunities. They arrive with great expectations to make life better for themselves and their loved ones back home. Once they arrive, they work 2, 3, 4 jobs. Some put in as much as 20 hours per day with little or no sleep. They send money back home for weddings, medical bills, burials, Christmas, and other festive seasons. It's painful to hear and read about immigrants who die as a result of overwork and stress. Statistics and social media posts that you may have seen show that African immigrants make up a notable proportion of those who die from work-related stress. But what happens if you wake up one day as an immigrant and for some reason can't go to work? Or you are drowning in credit card debts? Who sends you money when your car breaks down? Or you have an unexpected emergency? Or worse, join the statistics of those who drop dead from work-related stress. Welcome to Cash Talk for Immigrants. If you're new here, my name is Christine, and as always, I'm here with my beloved
Wachuku, Vidal Wachuku. The truth is, life back home doesn't stop. No matter what happens to you in America or wherever else you may find yourself. And if you are not prepared, you could end up overworked, stressed, and financially insecure while still feeling like you're letting everyone down. Today, we want to talk about why so many immigrants sacrifice their financial stability to help those back home, and how this keeps many of us stuck in a cycle of stress and insecurity, financial insecurity inclusive. Most importantly, we'll share practical steps to help you plan ahead so you can support your loved ones without putting your own future at risk.
As immigrants, many of us feel a deep sense of responsibility to assist our families back home. But because our hourly pay is often not enough to accommodate these expectations, we work multiple jobs in order to make as much money as possible to send home, especially during major seasons like Christmas, which just ended, and at the beginning of the year for things like school fees, because your siblings may be in school, their children may be in school, that is your nieces, nephews, cousins, your mother's cousins, brother, sister, all are reaching out to you that is abroad to send money for school fees.
And at the end of the day, we end up sending more than we can really afford. Much more. Leaving little or no room to put something aside here for emergencies. Because life happens and emergencies will come, whether we like it or not. We often stretch ourselves thin, trying to keep up with the unending demands from home. And many people often say, I can't afford to save. I have too many responsibilities back home. I know a lady who is working her butt off here and living in very miserable conditions. And yet each time you ask her, what is going on? She says, you don't know what I'm going through. I have responsibilities. I must send money home. Folks, this mindset keeps us from investing in ourselves. It keeps us from learning new survival skills or finding other ways beyond work to increase our income. Please remember that life back home will continue no matter your situation here. And if you drop dead tomorrow, life will go on. Yeah. They will continue dancing and singing at home, with or without you.
Exactly. Marriages will go on, promotions will continue, everything will continue. Then there's the pressure to compete here. We feel the need to measure up and compare ourselves with other immigrants who have been here longer.
You see, it just reminds me of the Igbo proverb, my language, that says, Onye mkpụmkpụ anaghị ekowa akpa ya, ebe aka ya anaghị eru. In other words, a short person does not try to hang his bag where his hand will not reach. So folks should stop overstretching themselves, overstretching their finances, competing with those who have the advantages that they do not have. The truth is that time is the biggest advantage of those who came here before you. And here you are, you just came the other day and you want to compete with them. You forget that they have had more years to build and consolidate. For example, we attended something one time, my old boy school association thing. And people were busy donating money, big sums. Man, I was a new arrival at the time. And I looked at myself and cut my coat according to my cloth. But I saw people competing to donate themselves. Why? Because they want to compete. Yes. You're killing yourself.
Another pressure is to impress people back home, using material things to prove you have made it. Because of this, some work even harder, taking on more shifts to buy fancy cars, designer clothes, or even big houses, just to pepper those back home,
To show them they have arrived.
And you do it on social media, in all those Instagram posts. But let's be real. This often means spending money we don't have, swiping credit cards, and pushing ourselves further into debt. Is a vicious circle. Remember, life back home will not stop just because you have a huge credit card loan you are struggling to pay. Now, take a moment. Do you know of other reasons that make immigrants sacrifice their financial stability to help loved ones back home? We would love to hear from you in the comments.
One thing you want to realize at this point also, that it's very easy to fall into this trap in places like this, particularly in the Western world where credit is easily accessible and available. You can swipe now and pay later, but you still have to pay. You can drive a brand new car in this country, even when you don't have a dime, saved anywhere. But the truth is, most immigrants end up paying forever. You are in this cycle of debt. And before long, it results into them becoming overworked, stressed, and yet, in spite of that, barely able to make ends meet because you've still got to pay your bills. Here, there is no free meal. You have to pay, and on time too.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll be out in the cold. See how we are dressed. It's cold right now. Imagine if we didn't have the heat on. We would be shivering. So don't allow yourself to begin to feel like you're running on a treadmill that never stops. No matter how hard you try, it just appears you are stuck in the mud, in the same place.
But here is the thing. Overwork and stress aren't just physically and mentally harmful. They keep us trapped in survival mode. Let's break down why this unhealthy cycle keeps immigrants trapped or stuck.
Number one, dependence on active income. What do we mean? You see, most immigrants rely entirely on money they earn when they work. That is active income. In other words, if they don't work, they don't make any money. So it is, as you clock in, you make money, you clock out, no money, right? Now, this constant need to work and work and work means they never have enough time to rest, recharge, recuperate, or focus on building other means of income, passive income, that can grow without you having to be physically present.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, health impacts of overwork. Overwork takes a toll on our body. Lack of sleep, chronic stress, unhealthy eating habits, they all weaken our immune system. As a nurse, I can tell you that research shows that people who have little to no sleep are at a higher risk for heart attacks and early death, along with cognitive decline, dementia, that is not remembering things, acting confused, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, depression, and other chronic health conditions. Even if one is healthy today, it's a matter of time before the body gives out. The saddest part, when this happens, folks are often left with no safety net because most have been working to survive, not to thrive, paycheck to paycheck.
Number 3, lack of a financial plan. You see, when all your income goes to satisfying immediate needs, whether it is here or back home, it only means that you've never built a solid financial foundation for yourself, because everything you earn goes away right away to satisfy one need or the other. You don't have no emergency fund, no investments, and no passive income. It's a dangerous place to be because it leaves you vulnerable when the unexpected happens. And life happens, let's be honest. When this happens, what's the resultant effect? It forces you to go into debt because you must meet those needs. People borrow to send home. Then what happens? At the end of the day, you find yourself back in square one. You're borrowing to send home, you are working to repay, and it keeps going and going round.
Yes. Number 4, guilt and cultural expectations. Many feel guilty when they can't send money home. Our culture often places high expectations on those of us abroad to support our families back home, regardless of how much we are struggling ourselves. Who cares? You are abroad. To discharge this guilt cultural obligation, and rather than work smarter, we keep working harder and harder, taking on more and more shifts, if possible, working 80 to 100 hours a week to send more, even when we know it is clearly unsustainable. The worst part is that what happens to you in America doesn't stop life back home. This is why you need to plan ahead. So how do we break free from the overwork and stress circle?
Number 1, to break free and become truly free indeed. He who the Son of Man shall set free shall be free indeed. Reframe your mindset. That is the first step to breaking free. Shifting, reshaping, reframing your mindset. Helping others is important. Don't get us wrong. But you can't pour from an empty cup. There has to be something in the cup for you to pour to anybody else. You must prioritize yourself first. It's not selfish. It's being strategic. When you are financially secure, when you are solid, you might not even be as solid as you want to be, but at least you are financially secure to a large extent. You'll be in a better position to help others without sacrificing your own well-being. And remember, you can only help when you are in good health, not when you are 6 feet below, because when that happens, life continues back home. They will continue living.
Number 2, build a financial cushion. Start by building an emergency fund. This is your safety net, money you can fall back on when life throws unexpected expenses your way. It is said that 56% of Americans do not have $1,000
Did you
if
hear
an
that?
emergency
Did you hear
arises.
that? 56%, more than half, don't have $1,000.
Yep.
Wow. Think
So,
about it.
Determined to break out of this circle, you don't want to be among these 56%. Begin small, aim for $500, then gradually increase as you're able. Make it as a tithe you pay to yourself. Let it be non-negotiable. Prioritize this fund over remittances, over money you send home. It's an investment in your peace of mind. Without it, you're forced to rely on credit cards or loans, which only add to your stress. Once you have your emergency fund, start creating additional savings or investment accounts. These are the 4 steps towards breaking your dependence on only active income, aka your salary.
Number 3, develop multiple streams of income. We keep coming back to this point. Because, overworking isn't the only way to earn money or to earn more. Clocking in and clocking out. No. Look for other opportunities to create additional streams of income. Means an income that does not require you to trade all your time for money or for you to be physically present for you to be able to earn the money. For example, you could start a side hustle that fits into your schedule, something you can do from home. Learn a skill that allows you to earn more on the hour than whatever it is you are doing, or even invest in assets that generate passive income. There's actually a fairly lucrative side hustle that can give you an extra $2,000 to $3,000 monthly, which we currently do. And you can even make more from it if you are diligent enough. You want to know more about it? Click the link below to see if this works for you. Make sure you follow that link to the end. It's only about 15 minutes, and you will be glad you did.
Number 4, set financial boundaries. It's okay to help your family, as he said, but you need to set boundaries. Decide on a fixed amount to send home at an interval that works best for you. You can say January, June to December, you send $500. It should fit within your budget and not compromise your own financial goals here. Communicate this clearly to your loved ones and stick to it no matter what, even if your grandfather swallowed the spoon. Stick to it. This gives you control and ensures you're not sacrificing your future for others. It might be tough, but remember, if you don't have your own safety net, you won't be able to help anyone for long. It's like the plain instruction: put on your own oxygen mask first, even before you help your own child that is sitting next to you.
Number 5, invest in your future. Yes, invest in your future, invest in yourself. You do so by investing in yourself. Whether it's education, enhancing your education, acquiring handy skills with the necessary certifications. Here, everything you do needs certification. So get it. Build a business of your own. Even if you're in a business where you clock in and clock out, the good thing about here is that it allows you to do side hustles, most of the jobs here. So focus on steps. So focus on the steps that will increase your earning potential and give you more financial freedom. In the long run, don't just think short term, think long run. Remember, it's all about working smarter, not necessarily harder or longer. Truly, America is a land of opportunities, but like gold, you must search for it.
Yes. Breaking free from the cycle of overwork and stress won't happen overnight, but it's possible. It starts with small steps like changing your mindset, saving a little, but consistently each month, no matter what happens. That's the key word. Consistently, consistently, not missing. You stay on it, keep doing it exactly. Saying no when you need to and investing in yourself. And remember, no one is coming to save you. But that's okay because you have the power to change your financial stories. Once you know and realize that nobody cares what is happening to you here, life goes on no matter what you're passing through.
So take control. Start planning now, and build the life you want and which you deserve. So let me ask you, what's one thing you think you can start doing today to break free from the overwork and the stress? Share with us. Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, hit that subscription button and the notification bell. We've got more content to help you achieve financial freedom, as you can see from the playlist above. Feel free, go there, search out. You'll see so many things that will help you. See you there.